Hi, hello. Welcome to the episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is October the 28th, 2025. Hopefully this episode finds you well, in good spirits and high hopes. As for me, I'm doing pretty good. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, if you will. Hopefully you had a good day. My day was good. It was solid throughout. The vibes were nice. They were tight. We love to see it. So we'll start from the top. I wake up pretty much on time. Love that. Slept well. Love that. And get to work on time. Dare I say early? Love that. Getting that little extra, because I need it. But overall, the day was busy, but good. We got through the whole thing, marched along. It definitely did feel like a peak day. We definitely closed, filled up the crusher before I clocked out. So I was like, oh, that's surprising. Like, actually, the person who was coming to run backup for me, they're like, oh, it looks like the crusher's getting full. And I kind of rolled my eyes at that. I literally just said, okay. And then we just kind of kept going at it. Because I don't like when people just start assuming the crusher is going to fill up. But I think I'm underestimating my guy here. I think they are very hip to what's going on. Because sure enough, under an hour, the crusher did fill up. It did do its stop. And I was like, all right, all right, we're done here. Cool. I say cool in the moment, but I know tomorrow it's probably going to be pretty rough. So knock on wood that there's not too many skids. Hopefully, it'll just be a day that we can handle. But yeah, it does feel like we are now in busy mode. Maybe it's officially time to ring that bell. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. But yeah, post work, we went to the gym. Gym was packed, but that's Tuesday. We're used to it. I wanted to get on Smith machines for starters. Could not do it. I was locked out. Too many bodies. I was able to get on free weights today though, so that was nice. Just did like two what I call a circuit set. I'm making this shit up, guys. I don't know what you call it. I essentially just did one set at 60 and then another set at 50 of a series of exercises. That's what I'm trying to say here. Went well there. Then what else did we do? A little bit of my core work. And then I literally was like, I have the time. I have more than enough time to do my filler exercises on like the machines. And I just looked down the aisle and it was just filled with people. And I'm like, I'm not meleeing for, a lat machine. It's just, I'm not doing this for a seated leg press. I'm just going to hit the Stairmaster. So I just did my hour of cardio and that was good. And we called it a day. Overall, I guess just a random quick update aside, I really have actually liked doing less. It's such a tempting thing now, though. I will say I hate that. There's like an urge in me to like say, just cut your cardio a little bit. Oh, let's just cut this a little bit. Like it almost feels like a dessert. It feels like a treat. It feels like junk to not work out. But I do think the thing that I find solace in is like, hey, we know what our max workout looks like. We know we can hit that. We know we can do that any given day. That's great. It's also good to know that if I ever have days, weeks where it's just not as accessible to me to get in the gym, stay in the gym, that's all right. My body is still going to compensate. We're still going to keep growing. We're still going to keep, getting stronger. I would like to think that I am continuing to work on my overall goal of having a better physique. I think that's still happening. But I also think still that more of that is on the diet part, which I've gotten and come to terms with what my diet is now. And I like it. And I really don't want to compromise too much as of yet. I mean, we'll see how we look maybe into next year, because for the rest of the season, we're going into Thanksgiving, into Christmas. Y'all know I'm going to be eating. That's not changing, At least those one meals eaten. That's just got to happen. But, I mean, maybe next year, I turn a new leaf. I used to always say I was never going to diet, and then look at me now. I'm eating chicken and rice damn near every day. So anything is possible. I know I've mapped it out in some ways in my head, but I do like my eating patterns right now. I do like that I can stick to a certain diet, adhere to it, but then I can also say yes to things. If someone offers me a a piece of candy, I won't freak out. You know what I mean? I like being able to do that. It just, also sucks that, I don't have abs and I have man boobs. Like you just can't always get what you want, right? I don't know, but I'm working on it, and hopefully over time I'll have more to show for it. But that's neither here nor there. Just a quick weight. That's as close as we're going to get to a weight check. How about that? You know what I mean? Anyway. We've yapped enough about my personal life, my precious little life. Let's go ahead and do our startup, and let's get into some news. Ooh. All right. First story comes from Yahoo News. Hurricane Melissa full coverage. Extremely dangerous Category 4 storm leaves behind extensive damage in Jamaica, with several reported dead. Cuba landfall expected overnight. Hurricane Melissa passed over Jamaica on Tuesday, bringing catastrophic winds, flash flooding, and a storm surge to Jamaica, the National Hurricane Center said. Jamaica has gone through what I can call one of its worst experiences. Desmond McKenzie, who is leading the government's disaster response, said during a press conference Tuesday evening. The storm made landfall near New Hope, Jamaica, around 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday as a Category 5 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 185 miles an hour. It slowly traveled the island's interior before returning to the Caribbean Sea a few hours later on a direct path towards eastern Cuba. We're going to go ahead and skip ahead here. Melissa has been blamed for at least 7 deaths. At least 3 people were killed by the storm in Haiti over the weekend. A 4th died in the Dominican Republic, where another person remains missing. In Jamaica, officials said at least 3 people died ahead of Melissa's arrival. No additional deaths had been reported as of Tuesday evening. So, just starting off with this, I knew that this was a storm that was coming. I wanted to kind of wait to see what the initial damage was going to be. And, as that happens, I realized, okay, now, we're in the thick of it. And I wanted to at least do a little bit of coverage on it. Any kind of major updates, I will imagine we'll be back in the future to talk about that. Obviously, condolences to everyone, not just obviously the people who lost their lives, the families who just impacted in that way, but just so much damage, so much devastation. And this is like the peak one, the epitome. Like there's so many that the people have to go through in these kind of situations, because especially with climate change, these freak incidents only become more and more common. And it's already hard enough, having to deal with that kind of weather as is. But the fact that you have to deal with like high category hurricanes, tropical storms and shit like that, and you're already struggling when these storms aren't happening, I can't imagine. So, my heart goes out to the people going through that. And we're going from one heartbreaking story to another one. Okay. From BBC. Fear of mass killings as thousands trapped in besieged Sudan city taken by militia group. Sudan's military chief confirms the army's withdrawal from its last western stronghold of El Fasher after the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, or the RSF, declared control of the city. The United Nations has raised the alarm over reports of atrocities committed by the RSF in recent days. It has called for the safe passage for trapped civilians. The RSF denies killing civilians. It now controls all 5 capitals in Darfur, consolidating its parallel administration in Nyala, the capital of South Darfur. Now, they deny this, but it is literally on satellite footage, and it is very disturbing to hear the details of this shit. And knowing that historically this has been a place that has been rife with this kind of shit, unfortunately, and the people have to go through this time and time again. But to be to the kind of level that I can't recall. I mean, obviously, I say I can't recall. I'm burying this shit. But we've covered, just stuff coming from Gaza. But also, it then also reminded me, too, taking you a little bit further back with the Ukraine, Russia war, the shit that happened in Bucha. where it's like we have like actual satellite data here, where we're seeing you guys doing what you do here. We're seeing at least the wake of it. So for you to say, nah, these people are just dying, or like, no, it's actually not us, it's someone else, it's something else happening here, it boggles the mind that you're going to try that. I mean, I have to, I guess, say the allegedly speculate, but it's like, this is on satellite footage. I do not believe that the RSF is some kind of fucking genuine actor here. No, they're doing what they're fucking doing. They are committing atrocities. They are committing a genocide. The thing that is frustrating, though, is it's not like... I say this like the Sudan army is good. I always feel like I have to keep making this, is that there's no good sides here. Both sides are doing fucked up atrocities, fucked up shit to each other, to the people, the civilians who are caught in the middle, most importantly here. And it's frustrating that this is only getting worse. I think at some point, I don't remember if I've actually like said it out loud, but I did think to at least a certain extent, the RSF was backing out, like they were losing, and like they were getting entrenched, and it was looking like, okay, once again, at least we're going to get it into this, hopefully. And then you just see the RSF continue to kind of get more and more control, you know, re-expand, it seemed, and, you know, now they are where they are, where, you know, they aren't taking over per se, but they are like I said here, a parallel administration. I think that says it very aptly, where they're not some fringe faction or anything like that. They are active players, and that's where they want to be. And if anything, they are going to be in constant conflict with the Sudan's military, you know, until one side wins out, or this is going to be some kind of perpetual thing. I don't fucking know. Obviously, I'm no goddamn expert. I crush trash for a living, so covering this shit is just so it's hard. It's not easy. And obviously I don't have, you know, enough knowledge or acumen or history here. I never fucking do. But, you know, I do try to call it like I fucking see it. And obviously this shit is fucking sad as hell. And I know it doesn't get as much coverage, but I'm at least glad that in a news sense that this is very readily accessible to find, to see. And we can talk about it amongst ourselves. We can, you know, I don't know. Like, I mean, it's not just one conflict that you get to just talk about and make your fucking thing, right? Like, there's so fucking many. I heard, and I wanted to, like, this, like, almost spurred me to try to, like, do some kind of, like, sub-series or something like this. But at one point I heard there's a number out there that had, like, because there's a database, like, an organization, whatever, that tracks this, all, like, the conflicts that are going on. And there's fucking, like, so fucking many active, and I was like, God fucking damn it. But it would be nice. I mean, I think that's part of what drives me to do what I do at this point, is to like talk about these things, try to highlight these things. So I mean, if I can, you know, lock in for that, I would really like to do that. I think that would be you know, a worthwhile thing, you know, for whatever fucking it's worth that I do. But I'm in the weeds here a bit, but that was just something that's been on my mind. I didn't want to not cover this for sure, because once again, there's so many conflicts here, and they all deserve to be fucking talked about, because people's lives are on the line every day in these fucking situations in these regions, and you know, all these people with just so many stories. And obviously, I'm just hitting bullet points, but you know, I at least wanted to just do that. Anyway, let's move along. I know I'm just boom 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 boom, my bumble butt ass. Anyway, from ABC News, that's our next one. Let me take a water break. Oh, excuse me. Okay. 14 dead in more strikes against alleged drug boats, Hegseth says. So I guess at this point, y'all, we have to like do a segment. We have to like just do like. It's just Boatwatch. It's just we're just gonna like, you know, Judge Dredd mode, and I gotta tell you guys a story about how people got blown up at sea by, you know, ours truly, good old US of A. The U.S. has carried out strikes against 4 more alleged drug vessels in the Eastern Pacific. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced Tuesday, killing 14 people. I'm sorry, I love it. I'm never going to stop fucking yapping about how no one is calling him the fucking war secretary. I really thought we were all going to go along with it. But I think that there's been enough like row between the Trump administration and just general press news media that they've been done with it. It's like, we're fine with you saying we're fake and that yada, yada, yada. But like you're trying to lock us out from even like talking to you, interacting with you. So like, No, dude, we're not going to call you the war secretary. It's the defense secretary until you allow Congress to change it. Yesterday, at the direction of President Trump, the Department of War, see, I guess they did it here, carried out, oh no, this is Hegseth talking, so of course he's going to use it. Yesterday, at the direction of President Trump, the Department of War carried out 3 lethal kinetic strikes on 4 vessels operated by designated terrorist organizations, DTO, trafficking narcotics in the Eastern Pacific. Hegseth wrote on X, where he posted a video of the strikes. These motherfuckers want to be so fucking vague and fucking loose, and when you ask for evidence, you say, show us, give it to us, tell us exactly who. They won't. They just said, see you tomorrow, where we're going to tell you we blew up more fucking people. The latest action brings the total number of people believed to have been killed to at least 57. Also, one person survived. Regarding the survivor, U.S. Southcom immediately initiated search and rescue, or SAR, standard protocols. Mexican search and rescue authorities accepted the case and assumed responsibility for coordinating the rescue, he wrote on X, though it's unclear if the individual has been rescued. So, I mean, here we are again. You make this fucking illegal action happen, and then it's like, oops, well, there's someone alive here, so now we have to go, and then we're probably not going to fucking charge this person of a crime if we can even actually successfully recover this person, rescue this person, and then you're going to take them back to their current country of origin, and then, that's it. Next. And once again, we are just using this bumper sticker band-aid thing of like, these are terrorists. They're narco-terrorists. They're bringing in so many drugs, and that's going to kill so many Americans. You're going to get fentanyl all over everybody. The cops are going to be covered in fentanyl. They're going to die. If we let one of these boats in, we have to do this. Like, it is the craziest logic. I can't imagine the judge who takes the, like, fucking jujitsu here whenever this is going to come on their table, and they go, yeah, this makes sense. This is okay. This is how the law works. This is how we should be able to move. Like, we look crazy. I feel like on an international level, not that that's ever really any different, but we are literally just boom, 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 blowing up motherfuckers in the water right now. We're playing fucking Battleship with people's lives. That's crazy. I mean, I just can't stress out enough. Like, this is what we are just arcing ourselves into. Like, no one told us to do this. We're just doing this. It's very weird. It's, as an American, I don't have any answer for that. I can't square it. It's crazy. And I feel bad. Like, I don't want to be a part of that shit. I want my tax dollars to go to these fucking missiles and shit. Anyway, this is our last story. I feel crazy. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we're on our last break. Let's go ahead and take it, and then we'll close out. This is an abyss. I feel like it's abyssal, in terms of this episode. It's dark. Sometimes it's dark and full of terror, I don't know. But we're going on a plane. Okay. From the Associated Press. Plane crashes while flying tourists to Kenya's Masai Mara, killing 11 people. I don't know why I said it like that. Masai Mara, I think. Anyway, a plane crash killed 11 people, mostly foreign tourists, in Kenya's coastal region of Kwale early Tuesday, while they were en route to the Masai Mara National Reserve in heavy rain. The airline, Mombasa Air Safari, said in a statement that 8 Hungarian and 2 German passengers were on board, and the Kenyan pilot was also killed. The plane crashed in a hilly, forested area about 40 kilometers, or 25 miles, from the Diani? It's got to be Diani. Diani airstrip, authorities said. The airline did not confirm what time the aircraft departed Diani, saying the pilot failed to communicate upon departure and that the airport control tower tried to reach him for 30 minutes before the plane was located. Investigating agencies were looking into the cause of the crash. Kwale County Commissioner Stephen Orindi told the Associated Press. Authorities initially said the crash happened at 5:30 a.m., but the transport minister in a statement gave the time of 8:35 a.m. Aircraft burst into flames, leaving charred wreckage, officials said. Witnesses told the Associated Press they heard a loud bang and found unrecognizable human remains at the scene. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban said on social media that the foreign ministry had been in contact with the Kenyan authorities. What a tragedy, Orban wrote. Our sincere condolences to families of Hungarians who died in the plane crash in Kenya. So yeah, I mean, obviously it's very unfortunate. It's very sad. But you know, plain stories. What can you do? Obviously, once again though, condolences. But yeah, I think that is where I want to leave it. I know there's a little bit more stories and stuff on this article alone, but I just wanted to focus on the main there. But yeah, that's where we'll leave it. I know it's a sad one. It's a somber one in a way. But you know, so it goes. If you'd like to help out though and support the effort, I do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/IsaiahNews. Become a newsie today. Roll call is coming up. Shout you out at the top of the pod, at the top of the month. Plug a project if you want. Shout out someone else if you want. Like, essentially, I turn into a billboard for you, if you like. If you'd like to unlock that potential, I am here for a mere $5. Maybe some change. I don't know how that all works there. But, become a newsie today. Free ways to hit me up, IsaiahNews1@gmail.com. Feel free to follow me or the podcast on any of the socials. Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow on TikTok. Follow on Spotify. Follow on Apple Podcasts, wherever you like to listen. Leave a like. Leave a cool comment. Sharing is caring. It can be fun, but you don't have to do all that. Don't worry. 5 stars are appreciated on Spotify and or Apple Podcasts, what have you. Respectfully, perspectively, whatever the word is. I don't know. We're at the end of it. But really, I just appreciate you tuning in. Really, I just appreciate you being a friend. And hopefully I see you soon for some more good news. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.